Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Mic'd Up Savages. I am here today with Murph, and today we're talking about the Blue Jays-Yankees series back up in Buffalo. Supposed to be a bit of a revenge tour for the Yankees, but Game 1, Michael King on the mound, 2.2 innings pitched, 5 earned. Loaiza didn't look good, 1 inning, 3 earned. Nelson didn't look good, 1 earned. Green, 1 earned. I mean, it was just a real bad first game.
Yeah, it's just bad up and down, right? Like the bats didn't show up until when it didn't matter. The pitching was non-existent throughout the whole game. King, he pretty much only plays through 2 innings at this point. Although I really like his stuff, he's a solid pitcher. This isn't the last time we're gonna see King. Maybe this season will be the last time because I don't know if they're gonna take the risk and take him into the playoffs, but. Yeah, it just sucks. He's a really talented kid. I wish him nothing but the best, but definitely need to work on some stuff. Second inning, he's got an insane average. I can't remember what it is, but he's got a pretty insane average for the 1-2 innings. But after that, he kind of falls off the cliff. So we need to work on that. But yeah, expect big things out of him next season.
Yeah. Again, like you said, I think he does better. Like now he has the experience in the league. Now I think maybe next year will be the year that he takes a step. I don't think this will be the last time we see him in a pinstripe uniform. There should be no reason why. Just the offense showed up at the wrong time. Pitching wasn't there. I mean, the offense was there. Just the pitching didn't help the cause, to say the least. It
doesn't help that my cousin came in and he gave him like an inning and 2/3 shutout with 1 strikeout. Shout out to Murphy on the Toronto Blue Jays. You heard?
Yeah. But I really want to get to Game 2 because, Yankees lose that one 11-5. The Blue Jays. Game 2, ace on the mound. Garrett Cole, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, 7 Ks. Lowered his season ERA to 2.84.
Love to see it.
Freaking yeah, baby. He's been dominant his last, 4 starts. He has a below a 0.9 ERA.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. And I guess the switch worked, right? Higgy catching him really worked. I don't know. I feel like there's an argument to make that Sanchez was fine catching him, but I guess you can't argue with the numbers. I mean, he's been like a completely different animal at this point. Like you said, 2.84. Couldn't ask for it better. At this rate, if we were to go 160 games, I guarantee you he gets in that Cy Young talk, but unfortunately, the slow start didn't help him out. So, I don't really care, right? As long as he goes in the playoffs strong, that's all I really care.
Britton did well. Ottavino did well. And I think Otto pitched on back-to-back days. That was good to see that he can do that. He did 2 scoreless back-to-back days, I want to say.
Yeah, 2 scoreless back-to-back. And, perfect, right? Because this is a guy who, kind of battling his demons of late. And this Buffalo game last time didn't go his way at all. And so,
nor did Green, but
so it's really good to see him get back on the horse and conquer his inner demons here.
So overall, great team win. You had Judge with 3 hits and RBI, Hicks with 2 hits, 3 RBIs, Torres 3 hits, 2 RBIs, Urshela 4 hits and 2 RBIs, Higgy 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Just like that's the kind of Yankee lineup that I'm fearful of if I'm any other team in the major leagues. Yeah. When everything's firing on all cylinders and when you got Cole going out there and shoving.
Perfect stuff.
Yankees win that one 12-1.
Yep.
And then Game 3, Murph, to reports say that Tanaka was saying that he came out as though it was his last start in pinstripes. Bro, what are you talking about, Tanaka? What are you talking about? And then if that was your last start in pinstripes, bro.
He really thought less of us, huh? He didn't really like his stint in pinstripes.
Were we not good to you for the however many years you were with us, bro? 4 innings, 5 runs, 5 Ks, 3 walks, bro. I mean, before we'll go back to Tanaka, but Sessa 1 1/3, 3 earned. Lions 1 2/3, 4 earned. Just again, no bats, only 4 hits. Sanchez 2 errors, 4 as a team, I mean, it's night and day with the Yankees lineup. But back to Tanaka.
Yeah, it seems real hit and miss right now. I don't know. It seems like we're back to 2 weeks ago where like we can't put a complete game together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm not too worried. I'd be worried if something had like this Miami series is so much more important now. These guys really need to just tie the series, like split the series, because then by splitting the series, at least you guarantee a fifth seed, like at worst. But now that's a danger. They could slide all the way to the eighth seed now. So Tanaka having a real stinker, but hey, I'd rather get it out now than playoffs. I think playoff Tanaka is still a threat. Yeah, it sucks that you go in with that mentality and you just fall so flat.
Like you can't say that and then do that.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts a lot.
And we've given him no reason to want to leave. Like we've always put faith in him. The Yankee crowd has always backed him. No matter how what I've seen on Yankee Twitter, no matter how bad he does, even if he does do that bad, it's like no one goes after. It's not like a Tanaka problem. It's like whenever it's something bad, it's like, oh, it's the team, not Tanaka. There's not a lot of blame on him whenever the Yankees do bad, whenever he's pitching. Which, like, again, I don't know why he's saying that because in my mind, I think we take him for another 2 years. Why not? But
yeah, I mean, I really like Tanaka. I fall in love with Tanaka and his ability just to pitch and how he does it without necessarily having the power fastball, right, that is so coveted today in the MLB.
He's really a carve you up.
Yeah, he's a crafty pitcher. And I like I said, I think he's one of the underrated pitchers in the league, I'd say. Like, not necessarily saying he should be an ace and winning Cy Young every year, mind you, but he's definitely a really good pitcher in every aspect. He goes out there and gets the job done. He's a workhorse, and especially in the playoffs. Like, can't say it enough. Playoff Tanaka is a different animal.
One of the more dominant. Yeah,
he's a dominant pitcher in the playoffs. So, yeah, I think it was just one of those things where like he doesn't want to say for sure he's staying, right. He wants to allude to keeping his options open. I imagine it's one of those things so he can get paid the most he can.
I don't see any team actually paying him though the big dollars or.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. He's still relatively young. He's only 32, right? Yeah. 32. He could, and the way his stuff works, he could definitely go another 5 years easy. Yeah. So there's potential, and there's not a lot of great options on the pitching market coming up. So he could demand a little bit, but I think the ball is definitely going to be in his court. The Yankees are going to want to bring him back because he's going to be that third stable, especially waiting on Severino to come back. The Paxton situation being unclear, Happ potentially making his final start for the Pinstripes today. Mm-hmm. So I think Tanaka would come back. I think it's just a matter of
what is he going to ask for?
Well, yeah, what's he going to ask for? Right? If it's something astronomically insane, then unfortunately, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Yankees dropped that one. Was it 14-1? Disgusting display, especially Gary Sanchez behind the dish. But that's always the case for every issue. Game 4. Jordan Montgomery. In my opinion, he didn't do bad.
No.
5 1/3, 3 earned, 8 Ks.
No, he doesn't do
not bad. With a Yankee offense that should be scoring runs, as you saw when Garrett Cole pitched. Yeah,
just again unable to support any sort of run support. Right, given a run late in the 8th, that meant nothing. Sanchez did run into a bit of bad luck there. I think StatCast tracked his ball. The ball he hit when he came in a pinch hit. Normally that ball hit has like an 880 average, but Grichuk made a really good play. So unfortunately robbed him of a hit. But yeah, I mean, it sucks, dude. Like you can't lose a close game like that. Especially like I said, you needed to split the series to guarantee at worst 5th. And give yourself a really good shot at 4th. Because the NL Central right now is like a revolving door. you don't know who's going to end up where by the end of the season. It's going to come down to the wire.
Who's the guaranteed right now in the NL Central? What is it?
So right now the Twins are at, I believe, 35 wins. They're in first place.
Yeah.
The White Sox are in second place, I think, at 34, and Cleveland's at third with 33.
So they're literally all –
They're all right there. They're
Yeah.
literally – it'll come down to the end of the week who ends up winning.
Yeah.
So the Yankees, at this point, need to sweep Miami, which shouldn't be a tall ask, mind you. I don't care who you are. Miami's not a good team.
Yeah.
It should not be that hard of an ask. They should sweep Miami to give themselves, first of all, at worst, fifth place. And then second of all, they should at least be contention for the fourth seed, which they so desperately need because this team is terrible on the road right now.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in order to get the fourth seed right now, you really need both the White Sox and Cleveland to drop 2.
Yeah.
It's a tough ask.
Very tough.
And you need the Twins to at least win 1. The Twins could easily win 1. They play, I believe, the Reds. They played 3 against the Reds. The White Sox have a pretty tough opponent. They play 3 against the Cubs. But Cleveland plays 3 against the Pirates. So, in theory, Cleveland could sweep.
Mm-hmm.
And if they sweep, they get 4th. And we do not want to play Cleveland round 1. That is them and the Rays are probably the 2 worst matchups. We don't want to go play in the Trop, and we don't want to face Cleveland, and they're starting 3.
I don't want to face your pitching, but you've been bringing up the home and road kind of. But if we go to Texas and play in the bubble, I don't think, of course, the home and road wouldn't play, but I still don't want to face their pitching. I'm going to be
I don't want to face Cleveland at all. I want to try to avoid them like the plague. They just got too many. Even if their offense isn't great, which it's not terrible, but it's not up to snuff.
Shove.
They got 3-4 guys they can throw out there.
Plesac, McKenzie,
Shane Bieber, the AL Cy Young. They got guys who will play, and they got guys who will shove, and they give you 7 innings, lights out, 10-plus Ks, easy. So they're literally the worst-case scenario for this Yankees team. So I don't even know who the ideal matchup would be. I honestly don't know if I want to face the White Sox in a best of 3, but I'll feel so much better if we're home. So
yeah, it's a fact. Well, game 4 we lose 4-1. Bullpen didn't do bad, just no offense. In your dream playoff matchup right now, who we taking?
Dream, absolute.
Who are we taking in the first round?
We're at home and we take on Toronto. That would obviously be the goal, but that's not realistic and that's not going to happen. So if I were to pick a realistic opponent at this point, I pick the Twins at home. Because I think the Twins, yes, they have a really good offense, but I think Cole and Tanaka, game 1 and 2 is a really tough ask for them, especially the way Cole's been dealing now. And I just don't think their pitching is real. I think Medea is probably, he's up there for Cy Young contention, but after him, they don't really have a lot, right? The rest of their guys kind of just fell. They're really hard to climb, and their pen's nothing special, so. I think honestly, realistically, they'd be the more favorable matchup. But right now, in order for that to happen, they'd have to get swept, which they're playing the Reds. I guess it's a possibility because the Reds are kind of hungry, trying to prove they can make playoffs.
Yeah. Reds are winning right now, though, 4-1.
So that's good.
Keep it going, Reds.
Keep going.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. As a baseball fan, I really don't like this expanded playoff. Because you're seeing teams that are I get it's cool to have everyone in contention, 1 year. But if they keep this next year, there are going to be teams that are going to be at 500 or below 500 that are chasing that 3rd spot for a wild card. And
you're seeing it now.
Yeah.
You see,
you don't.
Especially in the NL.
I'm sorry. You just don't deserve it. I'm going to be honest. If you're at 500 and you're fighting for a wild card spot, cool. in the normal playoffs. That means like either you've been fighting hard or everyone's doing bad and you got lucked out. That's fine. But if there's 2 teams out of each division making it, and then you're going to get into that third slot and you've got a losing record, and then I get you want like the madness. You want people to watch that underdog team overtake. That's not fun. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm talking as a baseball fan. Not
yeah, like I don't even like the idea of a wild card, to be honest. Like the idea that you bust your ass for 162 games and then you're like the Yankees have for like forever. They win 90+ games and their whole season's based off one game, a 1-game series. Like
you've been pretty successful in the recent years, but it's just like
that's just
you're gonna throw 162 games away on one game.
Yeah, on one game. So that seems like a mess as it is. I'm with you. I don't like the expanded playoffs. I just think too much mediocrity is making it in, especially if you go over to the NL. Like the NL is a joke right now, right? Oh, if you
NL
look outside,
Central is gonna have bad teams. Is gonna have one of those teams make it, and they're either gonna screw someone's 60-game sprint up, or they're just gonna get eliminated. Which I mean, like cool. You can say you made the playoffs, but like you didn't make the playoffs. Like you snuck in.
It just feels like if you're not like the Dodgers, the Braves, the Cubs, or San Diego, it just feels bad letting you in the playoffs. Like, it doesn't feel right. Like these teams are not good. Like the Giants and Miami are potentially making the playoffs, and those 2 teams were the two of the worst teams in the league last year, if not the worst. So it's kind of absurd to think they're going to make playoffs this year. And it's kind of frustrating as a baseball fan. I get it. They're probably like, hey, we made playoffs. Yay. Cool. It feels like a waste of time watching those games.
I have one question before we end this. We have teams doing well this year that wouldn't normally do good in 162 games. Can you name me some of those teams for the show?
Miami.
Put you on the hot seat.
Miami, first of all. Miami does not make playoffs. The Giants does not make playoffs. I think Toronto. That probably does not make playoffs. The Rays are not first place in the division. Let's be real here. They're not. They're not. In 162 games, they're not first place in that division.
Can I just I just want to comment on the Rays real quick. You're coming out here, out on social media. You clinched, bro. Like, congrats, you made the playoffs. You are wearing the 98ers hat, making fun of it, like saying that you got a whole stable full of 98-mile-an-hour guys, whatever. Like, if you really took it that way too much to heart, because I'm kidding you, like I'm not even gonna kid you, like it's gonna whether it be the Yankees that give it to you in the playoffs and you get knocked out, or it's whether another team gives it to you in the playoffs, this is gonna come back to bite the Rays in the ass.
Yeah, they don't want. I'm telling you, like as much as I'm kind of nervous about the playoffs for us, they really don't want to see this team outside the top. They don't. They don't.
Pissed. The Yankees are pissed off, and you guys celebrated way too early. I haven't seen the only team I've seen celebrate as hard as you was Cleveland.
Yeah.
Okay, and they have a right to celebrate as hard because their pitching staff literally shelved for them this year. So now they're ready to go. You guys, your offense got lucky this year. You guys do have a good bullpen, but it's gonna come back to bite you. So.
You don't want to face us outside the top. Like in the ALDS, ALCS, you don't want to face us. That's it. Plain and simple, don't want to face us. It will not turn out well for you guys.
Well, Murph, thank you for joining me again. Hope you all enjoy this video. Leave a like and subscribe. Later.